Hey guys, it's Bubba here, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at really how clean is Ghost Spectre 11. I have had a lot of people actually request this in my How Clean is Tiny 10 and 11 video. Many people requested that I take a look at this custom OS, which is supposedly even faster and more lightweight than Tiny 11. Now, just straight out of the bat, I mean, we skipped the out-of-box experience. I didn't show you guys that part. But, like, the fact that we have so much crap on the desktop, like, follow us on YouTube, follow us on Facebook, this was not in Tiny 11 or Tiny 10. I feel like that just adds more bloat, albeit probably just a few kilobytes, probably 379 bytes. But it's still unnecessary bloat that it's not necessary. I've actually never taken a look at this OS on this channel before, but just take a look. I mean, it's very bare bones, obviously. I mean, there's like nothing on here. Default calculator, whatever. So the goal of this video is to see how clean is this. Now, in my last video, I got a lot of pressure and heat from people that just basically said, hey, you just can't run a Malwarebytes scan. And the point of this video isn't to necessarily take a deep dive into tiny distributions. That's not the point. The point isn't to see, oh my god, okay, we're going to inspect every little registry key. The point is just to have a brief overview on if it's secure. Yes, I know that some things are not going to be hit by Malwarebytes, right? Of course, it can't download because there's no internet. That makes sense. Let's see if we can get some internet working. I'm not sure if it just doesn't include network drivers or what the deal is here, but that might be a problem if we can't get network. Okay, let's try this again. Now we have what is supposedly the offline version of the installer. Let's see what happens, because for some reason I can't get the internet to work. Besides the point. Last time when I did this on Tiny 11 and Tiny 10, people criticized the fact that, oh my god, he only ran a Malwarebytes scan, big deal. Again, and someone even commented like, hey, just because nothing shows up in Malwarebytes doesn't necessarily mean it's clean. Like, regular Windows does stuff that you don't want it to anyway, like sending analytics and sending data. Yes, I know, regular Windows is going to do that, and Malwarebytes isn't going to catch it because that's the intended use, like that's the intended behavior for Microsoft. It's not necessarily a virus. Is that what you want it to do? No. Does that make it not clean? It's up to your interpretation of not clean. But ultimately, this is just a general overview to see how this compares to, typical Windows, what could possibly be jam-packed in this. This isn't meant to analyze every little piece of the operating system. I'm just going to throw that out there right now. Anyways, let's go ahead and start a scan. We're going to scan the entire C drive. I don't even know what D is. Oh, that must be the EFI partition. We're also going to scan for rootkits, and we're going to scan. While that does that, we're going to take a look here at just some other services and things to take a look, what could possibly be on this machine. And the first thing that we're going to take a look at is the firewall. Okay, so here's the firewall rules. Let's see. Inbound. All right, can we take a look at the rules here? I mean, everything, just taking a brief overview, just not really looking at anything specific. I mean, it all looks normal. Nothing looks bad. This all looks like normal Windows stuff, and it's allowed the way that it should be, and there's nothing bad. And there are already 2 detections. I had a feeling. Just something felt off about this operating system. But again, we'll see what those 2 detections are. They might actually be legitimate, things like that. Now, I do want to also take a look at services, just to see if there's any special services that are running, any weird, crazy stuff that we don't see here. Again, I'm not seeing anything too bad, just taking a brief scroll through the service menu here. Everything looks normal, and there's nothing, really crazy, except what is this? I don't actually know if that's in regular Windows or not, or that too. App V users. Okay, that's a little weird. Just the name looks weird. Not necessarily anything bad about it. Just looks a little sketchy. Nothing really in here besides those 2 sketchy kind of things. It's probably gonna take a while to scan. Again, we'll just look through the file directory too while we wait, just to prove. Ghost Toolbox concerns me a little bit. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it does. It doesn't work. Scares me a little bit. anyways, we'll go into Windows. We'll just scroll through here. Again, nothing looks too off or off brand. It all looks normal. System 32. I mean, obviously, I memorize everything that's in here, but a quick scroll. Everything looks normal. I'm not seeing anything too crazy or anything. It all looks like regular Windows stuff. So we're going to let this finish. We're going to see what this comes up with, and I'll report back when it's ready. Alright, and here are results of the Malwarebytes scan. And again, they're the same that we saw in the Tiny 10, 22H2 or something like that. We saw these same registry keys. It was something about Windows Update, I believe. I will actually pull that registry key up right now because I didn't know what this was, and I got corrected a ton in the comments. So we're not going to make that mistake again. It's a Windows Update service component, something like that. So it is Windows Update, just so everyone's aware. It's something that prevents updates or something. I'm not entirely sure what it does, but it's a genuine key. It's not anything malicious. So again, this was meant to be just a brief overview of how clean is this OS. Obviously, there could still be hidden stuff. So again, this is obviously a use at your own risk. But it passed the Malwarebytes scan. It passed, looking at basic firewall rules, things like that. So I think it's okay. I would never use it just because I don't use custom Windows OSs. But just for now, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe if you're new around here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos, including device restorations. With that being said, I'll see you all in the next one.